Wow, guys, so that was quite a picture you painted, all of you. A not very optimistic one, I would say, from many angles. But of course, that's how it is. But actually, what for me was behind it was your real wish and urge to protect the society, to improve the society, to improve the mental health, to change the education system to be able to tackle these different challenges that are coming to us. And for me, this is like the main message, and I want to really know why or how you get this drive to do that. Like, where does it come from? What is the place in you where it comes from? Honzo, can you start with that?
Oh, that's... Well, I think the most obvious thing is because we were focusing on mental health of like Gen Z and the young people in the startup, is that I myself have kids. So like my daughter, whose name is Ellen as well, so she's 8 now, and when she is 12 and comes to me and says, "You're the worst father in the world that you're not allowing me to go to Instagram," and I know what it can do to her, so I just am building a tool that I can give to parents like myself to give their kids this, and this is one part of it, and the other part is like, you two guys are actually my big inspiration, you know, so I can openly say it here. So yeah, I see what they did, and I want to, you know, join them somehow.
I think that's really interesting. I feel like I speak in like I have kids, I don't, I'm 20. But, you know, when you have kids, that puts it into perspective, and like they're going out on the internet for the first time, and you can't really moderate all that. And there is, like we were saying, such an overconsumption sort of going on there. It's like constant stimulation, which obviously doesn't mesh well in a brain that's still actually developing. And Vítek, I wanted to hear from you because you spoke, and it was really quite refreshing, because I feel like a lot of us are kind of, you know, a little bit iffy about AI because of sometimes how it like comes across and what we hear all the time. But you obviously are working on this with Jan to help develop it, and I think that's really powerful that the youth are going to have a real impact in the, you know, the systems that come about. And was that a personal issue you found when you were younger? Did you have any concerns about AI, and how is that now turned around? Now you're actually behind it, like programming it and seeing how it can help us in our generation.
Well, when I was growing up, I was born in 2007, AI wasn't really around, so that wasn't really an issue. But the issue I was seeing with my generation is the problems Honza mentioned with social media. But what I'm afraid of is that Gen Alpha, the generation after us, they're growing up right now with these AI tools, and they will be, it's their version of social media for us, and I'm afraid that it's much more dangerous than just social media, the combination of these two. So I saw these problems in my generation, my friends, my family, and I want to help prevent this from happening to younger generations in an even bigger extent.
Yeah, and now you're actually doing that. How does that feel?
It feels really nice because I was always interested in coding, but coding isn't very, how would I say it, it doesn't really usually help people that much. You usually are writing some sort of an app website, but this is something that really has a purpose, and you see that it's helping people with an issue that here in the real world. You saw it in the audience when I asked them, and I find that really nice.
Yeah.
And, I actually want to follow up on that. You mentioned purpose, which is very important for you, resonates. And Michal, when you said that you really lead the university in a way that the students can choose whatever, and you know, like pick like from a big menu at the Chinese restaurant. So I was remembering myself that I was trying to do that in the 90s with and it was in certain degree possible, but very limited. But at that time, there was very also limited amount of, let's say, impulses we were getting from the world. How do you think the students are able today to choose this path and find this purpose Vítek was talking about, when you have like you are overstimulated, yeah, from all kinds of sides, what you could do, you could be, you could start a company, you see every day, 20 people your age starting something. So in this kind of setup, how do you think the students find that purpose?
I agree with you that students and young generation is overstimulated. And I actually think it's rather difficult to kind of train the generation to make the right choices that are not necessarily kind of immediate effect kind of choices. To kind of be able to think slightly longer term, not necessarily kind of 20 years, but let's say a year, kind of make a kind of choice that affects you kind of for the next year. I think kind of giving students a mechanism how they can do this, try this, I think it's extremely important. But the truth is, I'm a big believer that education is a partnership between students and the educators. And each party has got a different experience it can bring to the table. And actually, I think that the biggest error that the education systems are doing, that they are kind of taking students as passive recipient of knowledge and experience. And this is just wrong. Students have much more to offer to the educational process. Let me briefly kind of comment on the first question that you asked, because I think it's a fascinating question. Why are we doing this? And the truth is actually, I'm also inspired by Hansa quite a bit. But I want to say that for the last many years, I wake up every day and I think about AI, because I've been doing AI since the 90s, kind of different time. At the time I was taught that chess is way too complicated to automate, or the bollocks, right? And I take some responsibility for good, but also bad that AI is doing to the society. So for the last many years, I'm thinking, how can I protect humanity against the negative effect of AI? And there are two contributions. One is technology. I'm a technologist. I really believe that good quality technology, what Hansa is doing and what Ondřej is doing, can protect us for the negative consequences of AI. But not only technology, also people. I actually think that kind of good quality education and excitement of young students is one of the best protection against the negative effects of AI in the future.
Okay, thank you. And just to bridge over to Ondra, can you tell us, Michale, what kind of a boss was Ondra to you?
Ondřej was a great boss. He was a partner. Yeah. And I really kind of enjoyed partnering with Ondřej in technology.
So you spend a lot of time together, or not so many, but a couple of years together in Avast, for those who don't know. And Ondra, you are also known for very different things than the, let's say, cybersecurity, AI technology. Also, you are a known philanthropist. You do a lot in this world to also help in different ways. And somewhere you've written that the social responsibility and AI and cybersecurity are like the three components of what you do. So I would like to come back also to the first question. Where does that come from in you? And was it there always, or it came along the way? How the people here in this hall can find something like that in themselves?
Right. Well, as they say, be very wise choosing your job. If you choose something that you love doing, then you never have to go to work again, because you basically do what you want. But I guess we talk about freedom and liberties, and I think one of the key aspects of freedom, personal freedom, is basically the ability to follow your passion and do what you believe and what you think is sensible and useful and somehow brings you energy rather than taking energy out of you. And so I guess all the projects that I have are of that nature. I have been seeking projects that I find fulfilling, rewarding, satisfying, and energy producing rather than energy draining. And if that's useful for other people as well, then even better.
Okay, thank you. I think time-wise, we still have a time for one question.
I
Tilly.
think what would be useful for everyone in the room to know is probably from each of you, just like one mindset or skill that you feel like everyone in the room should take on today to be able to thrive in an AI-infused world. Like, what do you think is the mindset they should sort of develop or that they can work on today to help them thrive? Whoever wants to take that first.
Yeah, just briefly, kind of critical thinking and creativity, come and break things and build them again. I think this is the skill that you guys need to master. So think critically and destroy and build things again.
I think the important thing that everybody now should look for in what they do is the orientation on human, like as in human care, because it's going to be one of the most important pillars on top of which the future society will be. Because our cognitive work that has been we were always, as like Homo sapiens, the exclusive provider of cognitive work. Now AI is taking this from us. So what are the things in which we will always be better than machines? It's in being humans. And for this, maybe a little bridge to you. I actually wanted to mention that you also are very much involved in palliative care, like top person in supporting palliative care. And for me, palliative care as a part, as kind of sub-branch of, not sub-branch, like parallel branch to medicine, kind of personifies what care means, because in healthcare, normally when you go to a normal doctor, very often care disappears. But the people in palliative care, they are the essence of what it means to care about other human. And I think that everybody should look for this in everything what they do.
Thank you. But you are totally right. And to add to this, all great points, I would say that that whole notion of lifelong learning and ability or embracing of learning as an opportunity and as a never-ending process is super important. The world that I grew up in was different. That is, like the typical scheme was that you go to elementary school, then you go to high school, and go to university perhaps, and then that is kind of an end of your sort of professional development or your learning episode in your life, and then for the rest of the life you kind of do a job or do something that you learned during those first, 15, 20 years of your life. That has completely changed over the last, I would say, 20, 30, 50 years, and I think it will keep changing, so that that ability and actually, joy from being able to learn new things, to unlearn the old things and relearn the new things constantly over and over again, I think is incredibly important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vitko, wrap it up.
Okay, I feel like AI, as we already all know, is really good at solving problems. Your car breaks down, you can ask the AI how to fix it. What I think is really important in a future where AI will be everywhere is finding those problems, finding those pain points in everyday life, and then you and some sort of AI can find the solution to that problem. So I think problem finding is more important in the future than problem solving. So I think that's a really important skill that you should have.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. This was an amazing first block. Thank you all for coming and bringing your views into that. And